YouTube.
A warm welcome back to my channel, where in this video I'll be doing the Telford 10k review of the race, giving you the stats, the highs, the lows and all that jazz. But be sure to stick to the very end, because I'll be doing a bit of a giveaway as we're coming up to the new year 2023. Christmas is just around the corner as well, so I'll be doing a bit of a giveaway, so stick to the very end and I'll give you details of how you could win yourself a special TRACKSMITH item. That's right, yes, you heard correctly, TRACKSMITH. I know, but anyway, swiftly moving on to the 10k, Telford 10k review. Firstly, I'd like to give a big thank you to each and every one of you watching. That's right, so many of you watched that video and left some amazing positive comments, positively good leaving positive comments, and I really do appreciate that. And sharing of videos, watching it all the way through. And as I said on a previous video, there's a lot of you who are very dedicated to this cause and watch all my videos all the way through, so a big thank you and thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit that alarm bell. So the stats from the race, I'll just go straight into the stats, and then I'll be discussing through the main key areas of the day, which were the points I want to go through is get into the race, once I actually got there, what happened, the race itself, and then some conclusions in terms of what happened after, lessons learned and all that type of stuff, because we do continue to learn each and every day, don't we? So for my stats, the time was a new PB of 37 minutes and 48 seconds. Right, and that was beating my PB of literally 2 years to the day, week, previous PB by almost, I think it was 10 seconds. I haven't looked at the exact stats. All I know is I beat it, got under 37.50. Previous PB was 37.50 something, I think 58 or 52, whatever it was, I beat that. My position was 462nd overall, in a very stacked field, and I'll talk more about the stacked field that we had, and also coming in 5th in my age group. The winner of my age group came in a time of 36 minutes and 24 seconds. I know, yeah, two of them, the first and second, came in exact time. It showed an exact time, so I think they were only split in terms of first and second who came through in the quickest first 5k. So that was pretty close, and then the guy came third was literally only 10 seconds behind the first two, so very close. Yes, I know, so I wasn't that far behind. But in terms of the stacked field, boy oh boy, Telford 10k is renowned to be the fastest 10k in Britain, and it did not disappoint, with 32 of the athletes coming in under 30 minutes. Yeah, and all of them being at world class, you know, the 90+% age grading, world class standard, which is incredible, really incredible. But the stats of some of the others, so the guy who won, his name was Alexander Lepretre, apologies if I've pronounced this incorrectly, 28 minutes and 53 seconds. And the winner of the ladies race was Samantha Harrison, who you met on my video, and lovely lady, in a time of 31 minutes and 10 seconds. There was a total of 1,074 athletes who had finished, so I was way up beyond the midpoint, which was great considering a large amount of people were considerably younger than me. Yes, so I felt really good about that. But hey, it's a race, yeah. There was 21 athletes where there was queries, and there was also 15 athletes with a DNF, which also included, sadly, you might recall, I met Matt Fox, who runs the Sweat Elite YouTube. He was one of the DNFs on there. So it was a tough day. And yes, we'll get into more details now of what happened on the day. So the day always starts at the beginning, don't it? We get up, and I had my usual bagel a lot earlier than anticipated. So I'd left, stayed at my dad's early to make the travelling shorter, or so I thought it would be shorter, until on the way there you would have seen that there was a snowstorm. And in terms of psychologically, I think that's where I probably got beaten, because I really did believe that that snowstorm would have continued. And, you know, it wasn't, what would you say, predicted in the forecasts. So I thought it'd be the same way as we go further north, that the snow would continue. But then miraculously, within a few miles before Telford, the snow stopped and it was all clear. But I've got to give a big shout out to the organisers who managed to put on a brilliant event and to get the race to actually start in those freezing conditions, because they gritted the whole course, as you would have seen in my video. So big shout out to Telford Athletic Club and all the organisers who made it happen. But for me, travelling there, I was just exhausted from driving through that blizzard, and I think it didn't really help. Yeah, I know it might sound like excuses, but that's the facts. Yeah, so as much as I try to psychologically psych myself up, and meeting Sam Harrison there as well and bumping up, you know, the travelling there didn't really help. Then when I got there, it was great seeing all the athletes, and you start to get the buzz. And with the atmosphere there, you would have seen that I filmed a lot beforehand getting around. And as I say, I bumped into Samantha Harrison, had a chat with her, had a chat with lots of people off camera. Got to meet the Brooms as well, which was fantastic. Another YouTubing channel, and also other people as I walked around in my dry robe. Yes, I was walking in a blanket to keep myself warm, and it was really, really cold. But in terms of pre-race, I found the changing area. I nearly called it the locker room, but the changing area to the event, and I was able to stay warm there. So I went back to the van, got my kit, and basically disrobed and got my gear on in the wardrobe area. And that's where I think things still weren't going right. So I stepped out, done a bit of a mini warm-up, running up and down the car park for a couple of minutes, but not a proper warm-up at all. I just felt cold, even with my layers on, gloves. And as I say, I think in terms of my mindset, I wasn't really in it at all. But then you go to the start of the race, and then the race starts, and wow, what a start. We went off thundering down that hill. So there was a net downhill on that first kilometre. And I've got the stats here in terms of the kilometre splits. I think there was an up bit of about 10, but going down 10, but I'll quickly go through the splits. First kilometre, 3:40, second kilometre, 3:37, third, 3:51, 3:35, 3:47, 3:52, 3:48, and this is where I started to tire. 4:02, 3:53, and then I pushed the last one, 3:48. And I say accumulated time. So I was tiring towards the end as the snow was falling. The snow had started at the beginning of the race, which wasn't good for me or good for anyone really. And then towards the end of the race, it was all becoming slush. So running through slush really, because it had been gritted. So the snow was melting. And yeah, I was just happy to finish because I didn't have sleeves on. So I had no sleeves on. I did have a compression t-shirt underneath my singlet, and then the camera brace across there. So that kept my core warm. And yeah, I mean, the visor that I had was a godsend to keep the snow off my eyes, but also stop the sweat coming down. So I was sweating. Yes, I know. Despite getting cold on my arms and cold on the quads as well, where once I finished, it looked, oh, excuse me, it was quite red on my arms and legs. So yes, I was feeling the cold, but I was so happy just to finish, like a lot of people. And chatting to some at the finish there and chatting to some of the guys, I did speak to one guy, and this gives you an idea of how tough a 10k is. And he was an Ironman finisher, full Ironman, and got chatting with him and asked him, how does a 10k race compare with a full Ironman? And do you know what his answer was? His answer was a 10k hurts more. So just let that sink in. You know, 10k compared to a full Ironman. The full Ironman is, what is it? It's about 3 kilometres swim. It's a over 110-mile bike ride, and then a marathon at the end. You'd think that that would be quite tough, but no, this guy said a 10k hurts more. Yeah, so that puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And certainly I was hurting a lot during that 10k. So in conclusion to the race review, I felt great finishing, knowing I had a PB. I looked at the time, I knew it was under 37:50, so I knew I had a lifetime best. I was so happy with that, but I knew I was off the pace. I didn't know what the other guys had come in my age group, but deep down I knew that it wasn't enough. And because I did see a few guys pass ahead of me who had their M60 bibs on the back, so I knew they were my age group, and I did see at least 3 guys ahead of me, so I knew that at best I was 4th, but I turned out to be 5th because I think the guy who won was at the very front all the time and just led from the front and didn't stop. So yeah, for me, that, would you believe that was my first ever race head-to-head, toe-to-toe in terms of age group. I appreciate that I did race the Yorkshire Marathon as an England master, but that sort of fell apart very early on due to my health at that time and lack of recovery from London Marathon 2 weeks before. Running back-to-back marathons isn't a good idea really if you want to race, so I won't be doing that again. But in terms of the 10k Masters qualifying race, that's the first time I've ever done that, and I really did feel I was in a proper race. And that's no discredit to any of the other races I've taken part in, but when you know that, as I say, over 30 athletes have run under 30 minutes, and they're all flying, hurtling at all sorts of speeds and different waves, you know, in terms for the fast guys, medium, and then the slower guys, so the 3 different waves. It felt fantastic, and for me, the memories of that race will probably stay with me for a long time. Just looking at that point of view footage, the POV, in terms of me running with my camera and running with the other athletes, it felt amazing. At no point did I feel tired in the early stage, but as soon as the field was spreading out, I could feel psychologically that I was really tiring. And before even the first turnaround going up, I was feeling it on my chest and just not feeling good at all. But hey, it's done. Onwards and upwards, as they say. And I know that I'm sure I can go quicker. I believe I can go quicker. And let's see what happens with any future races and whether I do qualify for the England Masters 10k team. And I know I've got it in me. I just need to get things right on the day. The A game wasn't there. I just psychologically was beaten by the snow blizzard, really. And in terms of prep, being tired, exhausted, as I may have mentioned on my Saturday Smiles previous one, that the past week in terms of recovery, I have had a bug and wasn't feeling good at all, having to take some paracetamols and sleep off, having lots of long sleeps this week, shall we say, like over 10 hours. So there's clearly some kind of bug virus inside of me that needed to clear, and still having a bit of a throat. Hence the delay in doing the race review and whether I really wanted to do a race review. But here it is. I hope you appreciate it. And that's it from me in terms of the review. But I'm going to go on because I did mention I've got a giveaway coming up, yeah? And I know you want to. That's why a lot of you stayed on to want to see what the giveaway is, yeah? So without further ado, let's go to the giveaway. Can you all see that? Yes? TRACKSMITH. Yes, I know. The bananas. The bunny, can you see? I think it's called Hair Club or something like that. Anyway, something like that. But yeah, so the giveaway is this. Now, it's sealed. This is totally sealed. I have no idea what it is. I think it may be a buff, but it is TRACKSMITH. And for those of you who know your TRACKSMITH brands, running brands, these ain't cheap. And this is a memory that I have from Boston Marathon 2018. That really wet, windy, cold one. Yeah, from those years ago. And but I was fortunate enough where TRACKSMITH, I just stumbled upon it. It was a bit of a happy accident. I stumbled upon the TRACKSMITH store in Boston, and they were doing some giveaways of various goodies. And I thought, yeah, you know, you show your bib qualifying number, and they gave me a series of little goodies. And this is one of them. I've never opened it, and I don't want to waste it. I've got plenty of buffs. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning this, this is all you have to do, is leave a comment below and say, I don't know, something like, are we making this up as we go along? TRACKSMITH winner, yes please. Or something like that, yeah? Leave that in the comments below. Be sure to be a subscriber. You have to be subscribed to this channel, and I will check that you are a subscriber to this channel. And obviously give this video a thumbs up, but also share this video on your social media, using the hashtag TRACKSMITH winner Donato. Yeah, got that? Hashtag TRACKSMITH, hashtag TRACKSMITH winner Donato. So when you share the video on your social media, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I'll check those as well, and those counts as entries. You can enter as many times as you want on as many social platforms as you want, but also maybe leave some kind of description comment why you think you should win this wonderful TRACKSMITH item. So yes, that is the giveaway for the new year. I think I'll draw sometime in the first week, second week of January. I'll do a drawings for it, and yeah, and I'll post this out to you. And good luck to you all, and I wish you all the very best. And speaking of wishing you all the very best, in conclusion on this video, I think I'll be doing a year-end review of what's been happening this year. A number of you have mentioned, will I be doing a review of the year? You can leave it in the comments below if you want to see me do a review of the year. I'd be happy to do that, but sometimes it's all just about me, where really it should be about you and how I can help you guys in terms of become better runners, better at what we want to do. So I'm sort of not into that type of thing, but I'll be happy to do that and go through, because it's been an epic year. Improvements in many areas, and I can go through in terms of mileage that I've done each year for the year, how it's broken down for the month, and also the races that I've took part and winning so many age categories. It's been amazing. Yeah, it has been quite a fantastic year, but the biggest plus from this all is you guys coming to this channel each and every video and leaving your lovely comments, thumbs up comments, and all that type of stuff, because it really does make me feel good, as I'm sure it makes you feel good. And with this time of year, Christmas, it's like the giving is better than the receiving, and I love giving out the love and joy of running to you guys, and it's just amazing being able to share this and have the opportunity that next year I'll be 62, and I've got some various targets and goals that I'd love to go for. I'm sure a lot of you are screaming sub 3 in 2023. Yes, I think we should be going for a sub 3 in 2023. Even though I may be 62 and getting older, can I do it? Yes, we can. So for me, it remains to say all I like to do, and I'll be, as I say, starting various series for London Marathon, and I've also got Berlin Marathon and that special extra challenge that will be coming on. So it'll be a trilogy of main challenges, along with, I'm sure there'll be some parkruns, 5Ks, 10Ks and so on. And I'd love to qualify for the England Masters 10K, but there's so much to cover and so much to do. Let's just get out there and enjoy our running. So good luck to you all in terms of taking part in the giveaway for this wonderful item. I don't know what it is, so maybe whoever wins can send me a video of you opening it and showing us all what it is, and then I can display it on the YouTube as to what the item is. I'm guessing it's a buff of some kind, although buff is a brand, isn't it? So some kind of snood hoodie type thing, but yeah, TRACKSMITH, you can't beat that as a #1 brand, as the serious runner will tell you. So that's enough from me. I hope you've found this useful in some way. Telford 10k review and the prize giveaway. Wish you all a very, very happy Christmas and a wonderful 2023, whatever it brings for you. But I just only wish the best for you all. And yeah, it's just brilliant. I love it, and can't wait to see what comes out, let's say towards the end of this year, and also for next year in 2023. Take care, one and all. Love you all. Until the next video, stay safe, stay warm, and remember, it's train, race, pizza. Yes, bye. Bye.